All right, guys, so today I'm going to be talking about what I think is one of the worst bits of advice that I see all of the time, all over YouTube especially, right? And this advice is given by a lot of YouTube gurus, don't really have a clue what they're doing. And if you've seen my videos before, right, you'll know that I talk about this. And I'm not just being bitter about other YouTube channels and other gurus, but I genuinely think this is one of the most dangerous bits of advice that people are still following when they do their Amazon FBA product research, and it's costing people so much money. So I really want you to absorb this and really understand the fundamentals of what I'm saying, because it's really, really important, right? Right, so I'm gonna jump over into Helium 10, and I'm also gonna plug that we've got a discount code for Helium 10, so check it out in the video description if you do wanna get it. But what I wanna show you using Helium 10, right, is this advice that gurus give that every time I see it, it just drives me mad, and I want to shoot myself in the face. A little bit dramatic, but you get what I mean. So what a lot of gurus will tell you, right, is they will say that when you're doing your product research, you should be filtering by the number of reviews. So they will say you should probably put like a max review count of about 300 or 500. And the logic is, right, is that the level of competition in a niche is indicated by the number of reviews that the top selling products have. So what they'll say is, like, if you find a niche, right, where the top 10 sellers, there's 4 or 5 people, they've got 100 reviews or less, or 200 reviews, and they're doing really, really well, then that's a niche that you should pounce on, and you should get into that niche because it's super low competition and you're going to be able to just launch a product and you're going to be able to crush it. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly why that's such terrible, terrible advice. And I'm going to show you some examples of where people have done this and they've just lost money. And I'm going to show you what you should be doing instead, right? So the first example that I want to kind of show you is this is a product or a niche that came up probably about 18 months ago. And it's this, right? So this is like a foil kitchen organizer type thing, right? So there was a brand called Space Aid, and they made an absolute fortune. So let me just search it. Space Aid Organizer, I think it's called, right? So this cropped up about, I think it was about 18 months ago. Like, these guys are still here, right? And the reason that so many people found it is because the vast majority of people are just watching videos on YouTube by Amazon gurus that don't actually sell or launch their own products, right? And you can type in Amazon FBA on YouTube. 8 out of 10 of those videos, the people that make those videos, they don't have an Amazon brand. All they have is a course that sells you on the dream of Amazon FBA, right? And again, I'm not being bitter. I'm not just pointing fingers at people. I'm doing it because I don't want you to lose money, and I don't want you to start Amazon FBA in the wrong way, right? I'm not saying buy our course or join our community, which you can do. If you want to check out the video description, we've got it there. And I know someone's going to crop up and say, like, oh, you're just the same as all of them. I'm not. I'm honestly not, because I'm not just trying to get you to sign up to our thing. I'm genuinely just trying to educate you on stuff, because I don't want people to lose money. I don't want people to make these mistakes, right? So what ended up happening was there was a brand called Space Aid. They launched, let's have a look. If we use the BSR graph, we should be able to see when they launched, right? So they launched back in 2022. So it was about 2 years ago. And if you can see the price here, right, they launched at $70. Now, look what's happened over the years, right? The price has gone down and down and down and down, right? And now they're selling that same product for $30. So during this period here of almost, what is that, like 6 months or so, something like that, 6 months, they basically were selling this product for like $70. They were making an absolute fortune, right? And now they've got tons of reviews, right? So this is a bit of an outdated example. But basically what happened is people were seeing on Helium 10, on Jungle Scout, they were seeing this product, and they were seeing that Space Aid only had about 300 reviews. So when they first started and they launched, they had like 200 reviews, and they were doing like $300,000 a month, right? So everybody was like, oh my God, look at these guys killing it. They're absolutely killing it. And also what they saw, right, was the price. So as I just showed you there, they've got this one here, right? And then they've got this one, which is a little bit different. But they saw that that they were selling it for $70, $60, whatever it was. And they worked out the profit margin and they were like, oh my God, if I just do the same thing, I'm going to make all of this money. And tons of new people entered this market, right? Because it kept coming up on all of the product research tools. So you can see here, like I said, the price was about 60. But the reason they've dropped the price over time is because people around here started to see that they were crushing it and they copied them. So of course, when you get copycats come in at a lower price and then gradually the price goes down and down and down. So what ends up happening when you take this advice is you find a niche and you look at the number of reviews. And to be fair, like this niche now has got, the people at the top have got quite a lot of reviews. So I think not many people are looking at launching this product now. But 2 years ago, 18 months ago, whenever it was, the average review count in this was really low. So you can see they've got, at the top, they've got 3,000, 4,000, but then you've got 28, 52, 79. There's still some people launching these products. But initially, nobody had more than 200 reviews in this niche. So all the beginners listening to all the gurus' advice, they were just like, oh my God, I'm going to make so much money. And here's what happens. Everybody launches these products because they see the low reviews. But to get this product to market, it probably takes you at least 4 months, right? So if I see this today and I get super excited and I go, oh my God, I need to launch this product. I place my order. It takes 6 weeks to make and then 6 weeks to ship, right? That's 12 weeks, 3 months, quick maths. By the time I get my product to market, there's another 30 people that have all launched the exact same product. And what do you think happens? The cost of the advertising goes up and up and up. So nobody's making any money. And then what happens? The average price starts to drop. So Chinese sellers, people that have been using helium-10 to find these products, everybody panics because all of a sudden there's tons of new people and the price goes down and down and down. And that's what happened with Space Aid. They just had to reduce the price down and down and down. And that's because people are doing the product research and they're putting in 300 max reviews. And I still see it all the time. So there's a couple of things that you can do, right? When you're looking at a niche, ideally what you want to see, right, is you don't want to see tons and tons and tons of new people coming into the niche all the time. Unless you've got something incredible, unless you've got an incredible product, right? I'm not saying that it's impossible to launch one of these, but you just really have to be careful with doing your product research around the number of reviews. Now, some people have commented before when I've talked about this, and they've said, so are you saying that reviews are not an indication of competitiveness? Now, of course they are in a way, right? Because if you try and launch a garlic press, right? If you try and launch a garlic press, look at this. You've got the top sellers have got 22,000 reviews, 4,000 reviews. They got thousands and thousands of reviews. So put yourself in the shoes of the consumer, right? Put yourself in the shoes of the customer that's browsing. I just want a simple garden press. I don't want to spend $50. So I'm going to look at this, $9.99, 22,000 reviews, great. I'm going to go here. Oh, they've got tons of colors. I can pick one that matches my kitchen. Oh, the images look really nice. Oh, it's got 4.6 reviews, bam, I'm buying it. You've really got to think about how the consumer thinks when they're browsing around on Amazon, right? When you're launching your product, you've got to think like, well, why is somebody going to buy mine over all these other people? The price is a huge factor. Of course, the reviews do play a part in that. But if you've got something completely different and you've got 0 reviews, people will buy it. Like every product that we launch it with 0 reviews. But you've got to use a bit of common sense. You've got to apply a bit of logic to what you're doing, because the reviews are an indication on some level. But what the danger is going into these niches that have got really, really low review counts because everybody is looking at the same thing. And by the time you get your product to market, the prices will be different. The advertising costs will have gone up. So what I suggest that you do, right, is you ignore the review counts. You don't filter specifically for reviews, right? Every time you look at a niche, just make sure what you're looking at is how high quality are the actual reviews that people have. Because, what's actually more important is the review score. Because if this top seller had like 4 stars and there was tons of complaints, then that indicates that the product's not very good. So if you actually bring something in that's higher quality, consumers are going to see that, you're going to get a higher review score, and then that's a way that you can win, right? But if people overall are very happy with what's already on offer, you've got to think, how am I going to beat all of these people? So instead of looking at review numbers, Look at review counts. Look at the quality of the products that are in there. Also, look at the quality of the listings that you're competing against, because if you've got 0 reviews, but you just look incredible, your branding is incredible, your listing looks amazing, the product looks amazing, it sounds amazing, maybe it's sourced in the US instead of in China. All of these things are what customers are gonna look into, right? When they're reading the reviews. Also, the price point. When you're selling a $10 product, people just make a decision a lot quicker. They don't really browse around as much if they're only looking for a garlic press. If they're looking for a product that's perhaps $35 or $40 or $50 or $60, maybe they browse around a little bit more. Maybe they read the reviews a little bit more, because the consideration phase is usually a little bit longer. This is more of an instant decision. I just want a garlic press, I'm going to buy it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not looking to get a $50 garlic press, right? I'm just looking to get one that works, good reviews, boom. Think about how you shop when you shop. But please stop looking at the number of reviews and stop listening to these people that tell you that sort of stuff, because I guarantee they don't have successful Amazon businesses where they're launching products. So when we're looking at launching products with our own brand, like, of course we look at reviews, right? But it's not really, we're not really looking at. What we're looking at is the quality of the product that we're selling, the branding, the economics, how we can launch it, the quality of the listings that we're competing against. This is what's more important. The keywords that all these people rank for, are they all ranking for tons and tons of keywords? You can use a tool like Data Dive for stuff like that. If you leave this video just with one thing, please stop filtering by number of reviews and stop listening to these people. If you watch somebody's YouTube channel, go and check them out. Look at when they last talked about their own business and their own results, because I guarantee most of the people that you watch, you won't be able to find where they're talking about their own business or launching products. Like, we've just launched a product yesterday. We launched our last product before that about 4 weeks ago. We've got a bunch of new products lined up. So we're actually launching stuff and we're seeing what works and what doesn't. And we've got students launching stuff where, sometimes it's going amazingly well, sometimes a little bit less well. But we're seeing it. We've got all of these things happening, right? So we're actually seeing what's working right now. So just be careful who you listen to and enjoy it. Keep learning, and then go and watch this video that I did recently on how you can make fuck you money with Amazon FBA. See you in the next one.